And I understand you have a very busy orchestra schedule, but you also teach at Curtis?
That's correct.
How do you find time to
It's difficult to find the time
teach?
Sometimes. But I go down on average about once a week.
Okay.
And I teach.
And how many students do you have?
Well, most of our students there are shared among the faculty. So my faculty colleague, Peter Wiley,
yes.
and I share most of the students. Not all of them, but most of them. So they usually sort of rotate between the two of us.
And different week have different teachers?
Exactly,
like that?
exactly. So I don't see all the students every single week, except for one. And generally I see, in the course of a month, I probably see 10 different students.
Oh.
But just 5 students at a time per week.
But 1 hour per
1 hour each, yeah. So I'll take the train down from New York and spend the day in Philadelphia.
Do you stay there?
No, I come back home after that. Unfortunately, some days are so busy that I go down there and teach for 5 or 6 hours. I get back on the train, and then I have to go back to Lincoln Center and play a Philharmonic concert that evening. Those are very long days. When I get home at the end of a day like that, I go directly to the liquor cabinet. And I have a really nice drink.
And then go right to sleep.
Then go right to sleep.
Hit the pillow and just
Yeah, I'm asleep before I hit the pillow.
But since you're a very successful musician and you perform, you teach, what do you do for exercise? I mean, do you exercise?
Oh, I'm a very active person. I love to be athletic. I'm a runner.
Wow, do you run every day?
Almost every day. I've run the New York City Marathon 3 times.
Wow, how'd you do that?
You just go out, you put one foot in front of the other until you've covered 26 miles, and then you stop.
Is that a habit you run since you were a teenager?
Yeah.
Like you love
I ran track on the track team
and you were like
when I was in high school. I also love to sail. I'm a sailor.
Oh, where do you sail in New York City?
On Long Island Sound and the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, do you go on the summer times?
Yeah, as soon as the weather's warm. I have a sailboat up there, and
that's lucky.
I've done that since childhood. I love to sail.
With your father?
My father taught me how to sail. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a way of getting away from everything and being very quiet and contemplative.
I've only seen sailing on the movie, but once you sail away, like, how do you find a direction to come home? I'm the worst when it comes to direction. I will end up with another country if I sail off.
It's not that difficult.
Oh, really?
Especially in the age of GPS.
Oh.
And in addition to that, I like to play tennis. I don't get much of a chance to do it, but I love tennis.
I heard that after the interview, you're going to go.
Yesterday I was playing tennis here.
Okay.
My arm's a little sore, but I think I should be okay for the concert tonight.
Okay.
And I love watching great tennis players because they remind me.
Who's your favorite one?
Oh, I love Roger Federer.
Oh, me too. Everybody loves him, right?
Yeah, he's just so classy and graceful, and is the epitome of great technique wedded to an economy of style. I just love that.
Yeah.
It's like watching Feuermann play the cello, you know.
Oh yeah, who's the biggest cello idol while you're growing up?
Well, I think aside from Rostropovich, it has to have been Emanuel Feuermann. They're very different. They're very different as players.
But the Feuermann's record,
it's such perfect playing.
Very different, because Rostropovich, when we were young, we said, wow, how could he get a technique like that?
Yeah.
And
well, the two of them, it's sort of like comparing Eusebius and Florestan and Schumann's music. You know, one is very classical and the other is very romantic. Or to put it a different way, you could say that one is Apollonian and the other is Dionysian.
Wow, your vocabulary is so deep. Do you have a favorite cello repertoire or concerto or both? You want to? We're just curious.
That's always changing, I find.
Just for today. For right
I guess I love to play the Prokofiev Symphony Concerto.
Oh, the Concertante?
Yeah, Symphony Concertante.
I love the piece.
That's a great piece. Real challenge. It's like climbing Mount Everest.
It's climbing the mountain.
Yeah. I think maybe it reminds me of Rostropovich, that music, you know.
Because it's very Russian.
It's very Russian, and he was involved in the composition of it. So his personality seems to shine through its pages,
because
don't you think?
Yes, Prokofiev wrote it for him, and Shostakovich wrote it for him, and so the Britain write everything for him. So he inspired all these
Isn't that amazing how
It's
much
very
great music he
amazing.
inspired?
Nobody write anything for me, but but every time I hear Prokofiev, I could just see, I could really see a ballerina. I could see the ballet movement.
Yeah.
It's because the chords
Yes.
is so thick and.
I love playing the ballet music from Romeo and Juliet of Prokofiev for
yes,
that
me
reason.
too. I like Prokofiev better
think
than
that's
the
the most-
Tchaikovsky. Yes,
It's just the most romantic music ever written.
the rhythm and the chords, and it just. If I close my eyes, I see the whole group of ballerina already, and oh boy, you're in New York City. You're lucky.
Yeah.
So, what about? Do you have time? Do you have? I know you do a lot of chamber music, right?
Oh,
Besides
always.
the, you want to tell us?
Very
you have,
important.
how often do you have time to perform a chamber music?
Well, I perform chamber music with my colleagues at the Philharmonic fairly often. And I also have a series in New Jersey that I run with my colleague Annie Kavafian, the violinist. And we put on 5 different programs of that per season.
Oh, when
And
is
then
this?
in the summertime, I play chamber music festivals like a lot of people.
Is it Lincoln Centers or?
No, they tend to be away from New York City.
Okay.
It's nice to get away from New York in the summertime. So on the West Coast or out on Long Island, that sort of thing. But I try to make chamber music a constant presence in my life. It complements my work in the orchestra very nicely.
Yeah, I love chamber music so much, and I think it's also a lot of fun to play chamber music. I get to chit chat with my friends.
Yeah,
Right? Sometimes we
course.
ended up chit chat too much.
There's a social element to it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs company, right?
Sure. That's right. Yeah.
One of my favorite chamber music form would have been a piano trio. Because at Juilliard School, I have a piano trio called Orion. I have 2 English friends, and we got into Felix Galamir's class a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he called us, hey, the English trio, because my cello is also British. It's a John Bass cello.
Oh, right.
And the pianist, the violinist, they're from London.
Yes.
So then you have time to play a little bit cello solo. That I saw you have a regular piano partner in the or
Yeah,
perform
somewhat.
solo.
Yeah. I play a lot with the Venezuelan pianist Gabriela Martinez.
He also lives in New York.
She lives in New York City.
Okay.
I've played a lot with Christopher O'Reilly.
Oh yeah, I saw the name already on your website.
Yeah,
right.
and I just started playing trios a lot with Jeffrey Kahane and Joey Swenson.
Oh, Swenson.
Joseph Swenson, the violinist, Jeffrey Kahane, the pianist.
Oh, that's
we were
wonderful.
friends way back, like 30 years ago at the Spoleto Festival.
Oh, really?
And then we recently got back together and started to try to find time to play together a little bit, which is very
Okay.
difficult. We're all very busy. But
Yeah, because you're a principal player.
yeah, and they both have busy careers as conductors and instrumentalists. So somehow we find time to play a handful of concerts together.
I hope to hear you perform sometime in Taiwan. Maybe you could bring the trio
Oh,
over.
thanks. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.